I'm with Jonny Swift and Jayne Moorby. Jonny is with Bags of Love, and Jayne is representing the Food Bank. Hello, welcome to the show.
Hi.
Jonny, could you tell us what Bags of Love is?
Okay, so Bags of Love, it's a kind of it's expanding at the moment, but initially, how it started out was during lockdown. Had this idea of creating an online digital album sort of download through Bandcamp that would bring local musicians, local bands and artists together in order to raise money for local food bank. So we did that in lockdown. I got some great artwork. Everybody volunteered for it. So people sent me original recordings that they'd written and recorded themselves. I think there was, on the original album, there was 18. So a few mentions there. Carol Hodge, there was Matthew Cooper, a band called The Active, Jamie Bazanko, The Prophets, Matt Cassell, who's M. Cassell, Sunhouse Blues Band, amongst various other bands and musicians around here. So yeah, I've got a lot of contacts because I play live music myself. One of my tracks was on it as well. So yeah, brought all that together, released it on Bandcamp. That was in June, and in total it raised £250, but it would have been more than that. But Bandcamp take, I think it's a 15% cut of it. So this next one, we're tying it in with a 1 day a month where Bandcamp waives the fees for artists. So
cool.
Yeah, that's why we're doing it on a set day in December, the 4th.
So what's happening on the 4th of December?
So 4th December, I mean, I had the first one went really well. We got a lot of support. It was a great little project. And then, with the national sort of news, it's become an issue again, with the free school meals and all the work Marcus Rashford has been doing nationally, sort of gave me a bit of a kick up the bum to do a second one. People were asking me, are you going to do a second one? So I thought, yeah, great. I sort of got in touch with Jayne again. She was up for it. A few other people. So this one's going to be sort of a bit bigger, a bit different. But we're going to do an album again. So that's going to be released on the 4th. I've already started receiving some really great tracks for that. And next time, in December, we're also doing some live online events as well, which is getting some good support from people. So yeah, it should be good. I mean, looking forward to it.
If I were a local artist, and I'll tell you right now, I'm not musically talented at all, but if I were and I wanted to be a part of it, what would I need to do to get in touch with you and share my music?
Yeah, so if you want to get involved, I mean, I'm encouraging anybody to, if they want to get involved, they want to donate a track to the album, or if they want to play live on the online event, please get in touch with me. You got a ukulele there. You can play yourself. You can, just find me on Facebook. I think that's add me as a friend on Facebook, possibly Jonny Swift, or get my contact details off Bandcamp, Bags of Love. Just get in touch with me if you can. If you want to get involved, we'll be doing more publicity close to time, and we'll go from there. Basically, I'll find out more information about what you can bring to the project, and we'll go try and get everybody. I see it as an inclusive thing. So the tracks on the album are all original songs. So if you want to be on the album, you have to have written, recorded your own stuff. But if you want to get involved in other ways, like the online event, anything like that, you can do.
I would imagine, if you're a performer and we've been through lockdown and sort of evolving rules about live performances, it must be very satisfying to contribute to something like this. I'd like to hear from Jayne, because you're connected with the Food Bank. Can you tell us about how this will help the Food Bank, particularly going into the Christmas period?
Yeah, sure. So Jonny, as you said earlier, did did the first Bags of Love compilation for us in June, and it was really well received. We had lots of brilliant feedback of people who downloaded it and loved listening to it, and raise that valuable money that the food bank needs to keep running. Throughout the COVID crisis, we've had a massive increase in demand. Over April, we were up 280% on last year. And as time's gone on, that's levelled off. But we're now at the end of October. The furlough scheme is about to end. We're in half term with a lot of demand from young people who aren't getting free school meals. And we know it's going to be a tough winter and a hard Christmas for a lot of people in our town. We're in Barrow, a state of poverty emergency, and we have some of the poorest wards in the country. So it's really important that the food bank is able to support those people that are suffering hardship this winter. And funding like this is absolutely enable us to do that.
Thank you so much, both of you, for being on the show. We're going to have an update in a couple of weeks when we get some more artists involved and to talk about some developments at the food bank and sort of how you support those people who are in food poverty. Thank you so much for both being on the show, and I can't wait to catch up with you in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, thank you to Can Do FM and everybody who's supporting this project. Really appreciate anybody who gets involved and volunteers their skills. It's fantastic.